I don't want to go on there with Holly and Kendra, who've been on a strict diet, and be the fat girl.
Welcome back, everyone, to more Girls Next Door. I'm your host, mega fan and Y2K survivor Megan. If you've been with me thus far, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume you're enjoying our time together. And if that's the case, I encourage you to show your support by subscribing and sharing this podcast. We're approaching the end of our Season 2 recaps of The Girls Next Door, and if we're going to continue into Season 3, I need to know you're out there listening. So don't be shy, I won't bite, and I welcome you into this exclusive little Girls Next Door and Playboy lore fan community. Today we're recapping Season 2, Episode 13, We Can Work It Out, which aired November 11th, 2006. And on paper, this should be one of the easiest episodes of the entire series. The girls are given the opportunity to film a workout DVD. That's it. No international travel, no over-the-top mansion party to coordinate outfits for, no threes-a-crowd tension or drama between the girlfriends, just women exercising. Simple. Except somehow this episode ends up telling us a lot more about these personalities than it does about fitness. Holly is convinced she's out of shape despite looking incredible. Bridget spends the episode terrified she's going to be the fat girl. And Kendra, who repeatedly reminds us that fitness is her thing, ends up having one of the biggest confidence crises we've seen all season. It's also an episode that, thanks to Holly, captures something very specific about 2006. Let's crack open the Y2K vault and find out what it is. In 2006, a fashion phenomenon was quietly taking over America. And by fashion phenomenon, I mean tattoo art aggressively screen printed on every surface known to man. Ed Hardy. Dragons, tigers, skulls, roses, daggers, eagles. If it looked like it belonged on the side of a Harley-Davidson and had enough rhinestones to be seen from space, somebody was wearing it. The brand had been launched just a few years earlier, but by late 2006, it was exploding in popularity. Celebrities were wearing it, athletes were wearing it, reality stars were wearing it. Soon it would become the unofficial uniform of nightclub promoters, aspiring rock stars, and every guy who thought frosted tips still had a future. Looking back, it's almost impossible to explain how completely Ed Hardy took over pop culture. For a brief moment in time, Americans collectively looked at a shirt covered in flames, a tiger head, 3 skulls, glitter, and rhinestones and thought, yes, this seems tasteful. Of course, fashion trends come and go, and eventually Ed Hardy became one of the most unapologetically 2000s things conceivable. But in 2006, it was very cool. At least that's what everyone kept telling themselves. And now I've got to tell you something. Kick off your candies, hang up your trucker hat, and silence your sidekicks for this more Girls Next Door episode of the Girls Next Door Season 2, Episode 13, We Can Work It Out.
Since being in the magazine, we've had a ton of different opportunities come our way. We've even been asked to do a workout video.
I get lots of emails asking me what I do to stay in shape, and I'm really proud of what I do because I think I work out really hard.
I love it. I love working out, and I feel like this is my thing. You know, I feel like I've worked my whole life to do a workout video.
Knock yourself out.
Shaking my ass is like the #1 workout for me, just because it's good, like squats and good cardio, and keeps you fit. I was gonna say lean and fit at the same time.
We open with something Holly Madison claims never happens. Exercise. There she is in the mansion gym on an elliptical machine wearing tube socks, tiny pink terry cloth shorts, and a black sports bra. If you've watched enough Girls Next Door, you know Holly usually approaches fitness the way most of us approach assembling IKEA furniture. Only when absolutely necessary. Holly explains that since appearing in Playboy, all sorts of opportunities have started coming their way, including the chance to create their own workout DVD. And even though I hadn't watched this episode in years, I remembered one thing immediately. This contains one of the most painfully uncomfortable Kendra Wilkinson meltdowns of the entire series. So just know, we're getting there. Bridget tells us she receives lots of fan mail asking how she stays in shape, which is believable because Bridget has the type of natural body that launched 1,000 jealous message board threads in 2006. Meanwhile, Kendra is running backwards on a treadmill wearing blue Adidas pants, a sports bra, and a red bandana. I love working out, and this is my thing, she tells us. Shaking my ass is like the #1 workout for me. And we'll see how that comment comes right back to bite her in the ass. Soon the workout video production team arrives at the mansion. Everyone gathers around the famous round dining room table. And before we go any further, can we talk about Holly's outfit? Because Holly appears to have been attacked by an Ed Hardy gift basket. The rhinestones, the graphics, the aggressively 2006 energy. It's all happening. Leading the meeting is Andrea, a producer from Exercise TV. She introduces the trainers. First there's Kendall, a muscular trainer from Crunch Fitness, who looks like he has never smiled a single day in his life. Then there's Violet, a black belt fitness instructor from Equinox, who carries herself with the energy of someone who could absolutely throw you through a wall if necessary.
Very strong trainers.
Meeting Kendall and Violet is great because when I looked at them, I'm like, damn, they are serious. They're really serious. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to like sports and like working out and stuff. I want to do everything perfect. I want to be a pro at everything. And I just thought this is my time to shine.
These people seem wildly unprepared for what they're about to experience. They look like they walked into a serious fitness documentary. Instead, they've accidentally wandered onto a reality show featuring monkeys, peacocks, and 3 women who regularly attend themed costume parties for fun. Holly immediately takes charge of the meeting. And this is one of those moments where you can see why she often functioned as the unofficial project manager of the relationship. She suggests dividing the DVD into 3 separate workout segments so each girlfriend gets their own section. It's smart, everybody gets equal screen time, nobody feels overshadowed, everyone wins. The girls even have their workout concepts planned. Kendra wants a combination of hip-hop and martial arts. Bridget wants a boot camp workout. And Holly says she'd like to create quick workouts for busy people. Or lazy people. The joke lands with all the grace of a cinder block. Silence. Andrea stares. The trainers stare. Kendra stares. Nobody appears amused. Andrea breaks the ice and asks, a little accusatory, "Are you guys really serious about this?" Kendra looks offended. "Girl, I'm an athlete, okay?" Something about little Kendra addressing this woman as girl. What a hoot.
And I wanted to develop a series of shorter workouts for super busy people or lazy.
I mean, are you guys like really committed to this? Because, you know, we want you to be
Girl,
committed.
I'm an
otherwise-
athlete, okay? I've been committed to it for my whole life. I'm a perfectionist.
And in her confessional, she doubles down, explaining that she's a perfectionist when it comes to sports and fitness. A perfectionist. Remember that word. The editors certainly want us to, because they spend the rest of the episode systematically trying to test that theory. The trainers take the girls outside onto the mansion lawn for fitness assessments. While Andrea, Kendall, and Violet gossip from the sidelines, the girls run drills, perform exercises, and attempt choreography. Kendra absolutely shines. Bridget looks surprisingly competitive. And Holly looks exactly like someone whose preferred form of exercise is reading. She's a little offbeat, a little winded, a little confused, but she's hanging in there. And to Kendra's credit, the trainers are impressed. She's athletic, she's coordinated, she follows direction well. The problem isn't ability. The problem comes later when she's expected to create something by herself. And that's where things begin to unravel.
I love it when people look at me like, oh, she just has a girlfriend. She's not an athlete. I just love it when I prove them all wrong.
This is something I knew you'd excel at. Excellent.
When Kendall told me I was like a natural and stuff like that, that gave me like confidence, and that really made me feel good because I want to do hardcore and I want girls to keep up with me. I want to do it right. You know, this is my one shot at something. It's my one shot.
After the workout, Andrea asks the girls a simple question. Are you currently at your fittest? Now, before we discuss their answers, let's establish something. These women look incredible. We just watched them sprinting around the lawn in tiny shorts, and their bodies are objectively phenomenal. No jiggle in their wiggle. There is not a single ounce of visible evidence that any of them need to lose weight. Yet what follows is one of the clearest examples of early 2000s body culture you'll ever see. Kendra says she'd like stronger arms. Okay, fair enough. Bridget says she'd like to tone her thighs and tummy. Again, reasonable. Then Holly begins listing flaws and listing them and listing them. She talks about needing a flatter stomach, a firmer butt, fat on the backs of her thighs, a gut, and it's genuinely difficult to watch because the person she's describing and the person we're seeing on screen are two completely different people. Years later, on Girls Next Level, Holly spoke openly about struggling with body dysmorphia during her time at the mansion and developing unhealthy eating habits. She has said she felt significant pressure to remain extremely thin and believed Hef preferred very slender women. Looking back, moments like this hit differently because we're watching someone criticize a body that many viewers would have considered unattainable. It's one of those reminders that insecurity doesn't care what you actually look like. It only cares what you think you look like. And unfortunately, 2006 wasn't exactly an era famous for encouraging healthy body image. Then Andrea asks the girls if they're willing to modify their diets before filming. And Bridget reacts like they're about to replace every meal with a single almond and a motivational quote. She immediately begins negotiating with the panic.
Dieting, I kind of panicked for a minute because I full on was under the impression that we were doing this workout video because people want to know how we look today. I thought this workout video was going to be, this is how I maintain what I have right now. When they came in and were like, we're gonna put you on a strict diet, no alcohol, we're gonna have a trainer come, I kind of panicked because I'm like, what? This isn't me and what I do.
You know, you can do it.
Violet tries to calm everyone down, just be a little more structured, make healthier choices, nothing extreme. But Bridget already looks like she's preparing for a humanitarian crisis. And cue the Rocky montage music. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Kendra is practicing martial arts in the gym. Punches, kicks, face blocks, sweat, determination. Meanwhile, Holly's strategy is significantly less physical. She's lying down reading the book Green for Life. If Bridget attacks fitness with enthusiasm and Kendra attacks fitness with athleticism, Holly attacks fitness with research. We cut to Bridget on the phone with her mom. They want us to completely modify our diet, she says dramatically. And I don't want to be the fat girl. Down in the mansion kitchen, Holly is ordering green smoothies. Kendra is training in the gym, and Bridget is acting like she's been cast on Survivor. The contrast is incredible.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, what are you doing?
we just got done doing our first workout video, meeting and rehearsal thing.
Oh, yeah. How did it go?
I just have a few reservations.
What's going on?
They want us to completely modify our diet. Yeah, I enjoy food. I enjoy having a glass of wine at night. We go out and party all the time. That's asking me to change my lifestyle.
Right.
That I'm not willing to do. I don't want to go on there with Holly and Kendra, who've been on a strict diet, and be the fat girl.
Give it your all, but I know where you're coming from.
All right.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Later that night, the group heads to the Improv Comedy Club to see former Playmate Julie McCullough perform. And if you're newer to Playboy lore, Julie is an interesting figure. She'd become famous as a playmate and actress before later developing a somewhat complicated relationship with the Playboy world. Over the years, there were occasional comments in interviews and media appearances that suggested she wasn't always thrilled with how certain things were handled. In particular, the accusations that were brought up about Hugh Hefner after his death. And then there are her social media comments, bordering on angry rants directly calling out Bridget Marcourt for being a mean girl. And I quote from Julie's comments on Girls Next Door Facebook groups. I am not a fan of H&B. However, I adore Kendra. I knew all of them. It should be okay to say we don't like them if we actually knew them. I like the show more than I liked them. I was on the show a couple of times. I lived next door for over a decade. I know all the employees of the mansion. I thought Hef was a good boss. I never slept with him or dated him. I looked at him as a friend. Most of the staff at the mansion only liked Kendra because we all feel that she was the only genuinely nice person. She treated everyone equally, with kindness. The other two seriously sabotaged Kendra from being a playmate. They were upset that the magazine didn't want them to be centerfolds. They were rejected many times. I don't know the exact reason why. Probably because they didn't photograph as well. Who knows? I haven't liked them since I witnessed them sabotage Kendra. They did many things off camera that were not nice. One of them bragged in the original pilot for the show how they would purposely get young girls wasted drunk by giving them multiple drinks with different liquors so that when these young girls went to be photographed the next morning for their test shoot to be Playmate centerfolds, they would look like crap. She then said she didn't understand why they would get to be playmates and she didn't. That's just evil mean girl syndrome. And the fact that she bragged about it made all the playmates so upset, and none of us liked her after that. She was also married almost the whole time she was there and was paying him money all the time to keep quiet. She told everyone that it was her dad. I met him, nice guy, from her hometown, and he told me he was actually her husband. She later quietly divorced him at some point during the show. The girls were paid a fortune every month to be Hef's girlfriends long before they were even given the show. Also, their cars, insurance, medical bills, plastic surgeries, shopping, pamper days of getting hair done and nails done were all paid for. Once the show became a hit, then they got paid for doing the show. Their show was great. Kendra was hands down the fan favorite. After the show was over, different networks wanted to give Kendra her own show because she was so popular. She was the only one that the networks really had interest in. I'm not a fan of the other two, however, I realize many here only know them as fans, and I respect that. End quote. Julie also comments on a message thread discussing the movie The House Bunny. And Julie states, no, the Anna Faris character in House Bunny was not based on her, not even loosely. The writer of that movie is one of my very close friends. She also wrote Legally Blonde. I'm sure she wants people to believe that someone based that character on her. I'm going to call my friend Karen, who wrote House Bunny, tomorrow and tell her about this, and she is going to laugh her butt off. She acts like an insecure person on camera on G&D. However, in person, off camera, she was a mean girl who was so jealous of the other girls and jealous of any pretty girl who came there to be tested to be a playmate. She would do mean things to try and sabotage other girls, all because she wanted attention from Hef. Whenever she was called out for her bad behavior and lies, she would cry to Hef and he would fall for it and forgive her. All the playmates saw her for exactly what she was, a mean, jealous woman who thought of herself as the most beautiful one of them all. None of the mansion staff and the playmates liked her. She was the least favorite on the show of the fans as well. Okay, not to get sidetracked, but I thought you'd be interested in the apparent Julie-Bridget feud, or bad blood at the very least.
And I got a little tip for all you girls. Instead of the big, expensive breast augmentation, just remember this: what God has forgotten, we girls can stuff with cotton.
I think Julie is totally brave for being able to go on stage and do stand-up comedy, and I give her a lot of credit for doing that.
Thank you very much. I'm Julie McCullough. Thank you for the funny money love.
Back at the Improv Club, however, none of that matters because Julie hasn't yet gone rogue, trolling fan groups and message boards. Also, Mean Girls are the last thing on Bridget's mind because she has found food. And if there's one thing the editors want us to know this week, it's that Bridget has found food. Buffalo wings, French fries, cheese sticks, hamburgers. The camera keeps returning to Bridget eating. Now, in previous recaps, I've sometimes thought Bridget might overstate the extent to which editors were creating a food narrative around her. But this episode definitely made me look a little harder, because once you notice it, it's hard not to notice. The workout storyline is happening, the dieting storyline is happening, and somehow Bridget always seems to be the one shown holding the appetizer sampler. Whether that's intentional or not, it's worth paying attention to. After the comedy show, Holly announces she's hungry again, which leads to an impromptu Arby's run. Because nothing says fitness DVD preparation quite like curly fries. And nothing says we dine with peasants, too, quite like pulling into the parking lot in a limousine.
I'm kind of hungry. Can we go to like Arby's or something?
I love Arby's.
Bridget had no plans to go on a diet, so she was fine with Arby's.
Mom,
Yeah.
guess where we're going?
Where?
Arby's.
Will you be able to eat the food?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, well, I thought everyone was on strict diet.
I told my mom that too.
Well, it starts tomorrow.
The next day, Kendall begins private training sessions with each girl. And this is where the episode secretly starts changing direction. Because Kendra, who has spent the entire episode reminding us that fitness is her thing, suddenly seems unable to focus. She complains, gets distracted, wants football scores, wonders where the television is, and Kendall starts looking concerned. His star pupil suddenly seems a little scattered, a little overwhelmed, a little unsure of herself, which becomes important later. Because this episode isn't really about athletic ability. It's about performance. And those are very different things. Filming day finally arrives. The mansion backyard has transformed into a professional production set. Lights, reflectors, cameras, crew members, and enough equipment to make everyone nervous. Especially Bridget. She's wearing camouflage shorts and matching tank top for her boot camp segment and looks absolutely terrified. Body by Jake is there offering her encouragement. Holly, meanwhile, has borrowed Bridget's signature pigtails, and honestly, they're adorable. She looks completely comfortable, confident, prepared, practicing her routine near Coco the monkey's enclosure. Bridget continues spiraling, but Kendra is spiraling even harder.
I was just really, really extra nervous to do this workout video. I was really stressed. I wasn't really even having fun. I definitely had the most tension, I think, about this workout video. I want to do perfect at this because this is my thing, you know? Where have all my socks?
Up in her room, she admits she's extremely nervous, which surprises me, because Kendra is usually the most comfortable person in front of a crowd. Andrea and Kendall discuss their concerns. Kendra has the athleticism, she has the body, She has the energy. What she doesn't seem to have today is confidence. Holly films first, and she's fantastic. Not because she's the most athletic, but because she's prepared. She's memorized her material, she's comfortable talking to the camera, she's organized, the exact skills she's been using all season.
And 3, 2, 1, action!
Now we're gonna work upper body. Grab your balance ball, and if you don't have one, just lay down. Great job. You guys did an amazing job, and hopefully you can keep up with this video, and you'll be looking amazing in no time.
All right, Holly, thank you. That's a wrap. You did a great job.
Bridget goes next. Despite worrying herself into a near breakdown, she also does great. A few stumbles, a few retakes, nothing major. Then it's Kendra's turn, and everything falls apart. Andrea gives her a pep talk. Considering the earlier "girl" comment, she means well, trying to reach Kendra on her level. "We gonna check out your dance moves, hip-hop bunny, crumpalicious, talk to the hand." She tried. In front of the camera, though, Kendra freezes. She stalls, she complains, she whines that she doesn't know what to do. Too many people are watching, too much pressure, she's uncomfortable. And suddenly, the girl who spent the entire episode calling herself a perfectionist athlete looks completely overwhelmed. The crew is worried. They're losing daylight. Time is running out. And Kendra is melting down faster than the fondue from Holly's anniversary dinner.
It's so uncomfortable with all these people sitting around like watching me. I don't really know what to do. I don't know what move I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna teach you some kickboxing and some martial arts, and we'll get back to you. I don't know. Nope. I'm sorry. I told you I didn't feel prepared with my mind and my thinking and stuff. Swear to God.
This ain't gonna work.
You look good.
I don't know what to say after. I mean, I do, but like, it all falls apart afterwards.
Okay, you know what? We gotta go. We got 20 minutes.
Then Hef appears to save the day. He gives Kendra a supportive hug and simply reminds her, it's television. If you make a mistake, they'll just do it again. That's it. No great speech, no dramatic intervention, just perspective. And somehow it works. Almost immediately, Kendra relaxes. The cameras roll, her personality returns, the energy comes back, the confidence appears. And suddenly she's delivering exactly what everyone expected all along. The crew applauds, everyone breathes a sigh of relief. And that's a wrap. As the episode closes, each girl reflects on the experience. Holly is proud she completed her segment despite not being the most fitness-focused of the group. Bridget is shocked by how exhausting it was filming 15 minutes of content over several hours. And Kendra ends the scene bouncing on a trampoline, saying she hopes this workout DVD leads to more workout DVDs.
When I work out, I just really hope this workout video leads to like more workout videos. Woo! Go Chargers! Woo!
Which feels fitting, because if this episode proves anything, it's that confidence isn't always about talent. The person who worried the most ended up succeeding. The person who looked the most prepared wasn't the most athletic. And the person who spent the entire episode telling us she had everything under control was the one who nearly fell apart when it mattered most. In the end, the workout DVD got made. But the real story was everything happening behind the scenes. And if you haven't figured it out by now, that's usually what makes the Girls Next Door interesting in the first place. Thanks all for tuning in again, but don't throw in the towel yet. We still have 2 more episodes in Season 2. And what about a Season 3? If you're interested in more Girls Next Door, please let me know. Subscribe to this podcast, leave a comment, reach out direct at moregirlsnextdoor.com. I'd love to hear from you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.
The bricks.